right, let's go. Let's talk about POC photos, wants and dreams right here, baby.
Exactly. Why would you support something like this that is not only like how it should have been released in the first place, i.e. the amount of paint passes and the deco and all that, but now it's an SDCC exclusive and it's overblown price, and we have to get it for POC photos. Here is the shout out to POC Photos, who's taking a sabbatical
when the world needed him the most.
Seriously.
Hey, what's happening, YouTubers? Today we're going to take a look at the new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse SDCC exclusive Knightfall Batman. And right off the bat, I got to give a huge shout out and thank you to the homies at the ACBA podcast who were able to help acquire this for me at San Diego Comic-Con since I wasn't able to go, but it did arrive in the mail, so let's crack this thing open and see what goodies await. So right when I open the box, I see these awesome totes, which I could use some more, but they were able to send me the San Diego Comic-Con tote and the NECA booth tote. Also, I was able to get some ACBA swag because they sent some stickers my way.
Yeah, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you post the figures fighting.
And speaking of swag, they also sent me this Fabio exclusive business card, and I knew exactly who sent me the Mezco Toys bag as well as this Agent Gomez flyer. Thanks again, y'all. Now let's get into the main course of the video. The Gold Label Collection San Diego Comic-Con McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Knightfall Batman. Anyways, the presentation of the box looks nice. It's nice and clean, and aesthetically looks cool. I like the callbacks to the 90s like the DC logo, the Knightfall Batman title, and then the image artwork on the back that shows Bane breaking the Bat's back. Overall, I'm happy with the presentation and the execution of this Gold Label Collection box. When comparing it to other Gold Label Collection boxes we've gotten so far, like the Big Bad Toy exclusive, it stands at the same height, so it's in unison with brand. But when comparing it to the new Collector Edition line that was announced, it stands a little bit higher. In my opinion, on the right side is what the Collector Edition should have been, not what's on the left. Alright, that's enough about all the box talk. Let's go ahead and get Batman out of this box. So as you can see, it's in this plastic tray that holds all the accessories and the figure in there. The good thing is there's no plastic rings I have to cut off. Alright, here's Batman and all of his accessories out of the box. So the first accessory we're going to take a look at is the DC base plate, which actually looks pretty good with that Knightfall Batman logo imprinted on there. So I'm not going to be tossing it, so Homer Simpson, you're safe for now. And just for a drastic comparison, you can see the DC base plate we normally get versus Gold Label Collection we got. And man, I wish they did this for every single figure. And the next accessories we're going to take a look at are the set of hands Batman comes with. He comes with two, a set of fisted hands, as well as a set of gripping hands for the Batarang. And the last accessory we're going to take a look at is something we've already seen before, just painted differently. It's a DC Multiverse card stand that can hold any of your DC Multiverse cards from McFarlane Toys. And speaking of cards, the card that he comes with is the same one we saw on the back of the box, but on the back of the card there's actually no read-up, it's just the Certificate of Authenticity. Alright, after getting all the accessories out of the way, now let's take a look at the figure itself.
I'm about to bust.
And just to clarify, it's the same exact Batman figure as the regular release, just in a different paint deco. There's a darker blue, a darker gray, and of course the cell shading on the head, the neck, and the trunks. And seeing them side by side is insane, because as much as I appreciate the regular release, it does look good, don't get me wrong, it's insane what a little bit of more paint will do to a figure to bring out the sculpt. And it's never been more evident than on the left side, so when you see these two side by side, it's night and day. Or I guess in this case, nightfall and day. Heyo.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And some of you may or may not know, I'm not a fan of cell shading at all, but in this case, it works. It's very subtle, it's not overly done. And the cool thing about it, there's a nice attention to detail, like the cell shading on the neck. I didn't think they would do that, but I think that's cool. It's a nice attention to detail and really adds to the figure's overall aesthetic. Now, in terms of articulation, it's your standard McFarlane Toys, 22 moving parts, but I gotta say, it's been more fun to pose this Batman figure than other ones we've gotten so far. And I've seen collectors do this trick where if you fold the cape over, it can kind of bring out the more dynamic poses out of this Batman figure. And the nice thing is that cape is pretty soft, so it's easy to pull off. All right, now let's just jump right into size comparisons. And first size comparison, here's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Knightfall Batman, standing next to the aforementioned regular release Knightfall Batman on the left, and on the right, the Detective Comics 1000 blue variant Batman. And here he is standing next to more blue and gray versions of Batman from McFarlane Toys. We have the Gold Label Collection Year 2 Batman on the left, and the Hush Batman blue variant on the right, which was the best Batman until now. And next size comparison, here he is standing next to some Batman some collectors might consider classic versions or definitive versions from McFarlane Toys. We have the Rebirth on the left and the Batman 3 Jokers Batman on the right. And bringing it in with the Knightfall Comics theme, here are some Knightfall figures we've gotten from McFarlane Toys so far. We have Catwoman on the left and the Gold Label Collection Azrael Batman on the right. And now to bring in some Kryptonians, here's Batman sitting next to the Page Punchers and Justice Supergirl, and the Superman from the 2-pack with Doomsday. And y'all know it wouldn't be a review if I didn't do this one random ass size comparison that only one person in the world understands reference to. But here he is standing next to McFarlane Toys My Hero Academia figures. We have Deku, not Todoroki, and Ochako. My shit in heart. And don't worry folks, I didn't forget I saved this size comparison for last specifically because this fool broke his back. But here he is standing next to the Mega Figure Bane from McFarlane Toys.
Just big ass, and it's a lot of plastic.
All right, some overall thoughts on the figure is it's awesome. Now, is this the best Batman McFarlane Toys has made so far? I'm going to go ahead and say yeah. That goes for both the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive and the regular release Knightfall Batman. Now, I know in the springtime you heard me say the Hush Batman was the best one, but I also prefaced it by saying it wouldn't be until these two came out that it would be the best Batman so far. But overall, the presentation looks nice. I love that DC base plate. I wish we would get it with every single DC figure, but I know budget reasons I can't do that. Anyways, my buddy Rob D. Toys made a good point that this is what exclusive should be, something of an existing buck, just in a different variation, which I agree. Now, as great as this figure is, what's even more meaningful and more impactful to me was that the homies at the ACBA podcast were able to help acquire this for me at San Diego Comic-Con. But not only that, they basically were able to bring San Diego Comic-Con to me with all these goodies that they sent. So again, thank you ACBA podcast, specifically Boog Nice, Pancheezey, Rick Dom, and Fobster. Here's hoping I see y'all next year at San Diego Comic-Con 2024.